Hi guys, coming to you live from my living room floor. My couch is a little messy, you can ignore that. But today we are going over basically just like discipline, your why, living an intentional life. So let's jump right into it. Oh yeah, and hit subscribe because I'm brand new here and this is a scary thing to do. Anyway, let's go back to where it all began. I think this journey kind of started in January of 2024. I got a personal trainer who I was working with for a 3-month challenge, and that was it. I just didn't like the way that I was feeling and looking in my body, and I had like kind of been treating myself a little too much, and so I was like, okay, let's put ourselves in gear here. And so I started working with her. Her name's Anna. Incredible person. If you know me, you already know who she is because I talk about her so much. Sorry, Anna. Anyway, I worked with Anna for 3 months, won that 3-month challenge, and then, wow, my house is so messy, I'm sorry. And then I got to continue working with her for another 3 months because I like won that challenge. And so we worked together for 6 months, and in that time she taught me so much. Like, I had started a new job at that time and I wanted to make more money, and I started doing that. And then we continued on for a little while after that because I just remember being like, wow, the work that we're doing together is so much more than physical. Like, there's so much more mental change happening as well, which has just been really cool to see. Obviously, it's a lot when you're going through this like personal growth journey. Throughout my time of working with Anna and also figuring out what I want in my life, I feel like I have come to just learn and realize so much about myself and what I want and kind of like where I'm going and I guess my vision. Anyways, the end of that 6 months comes up in July, and I asked Anna if we could continue working together month to month, and so we did that. Later in the year, that's where I decided I wasn't feeling super fulfilled by my day-to-day habits and routines and just kind of like where I was at with a lot of things. So without going into too much detail, I basically was having a bunch of conversations with my sister and one of my friends and my therapist and all these people. And wow, I'm just realizing how many people might watch this, and I could be too, but also like if I have nosy people in my life who just want to know, it's a little spooky. Anyway, whatever. Hi guys. Thanks for watching. I'm having these conversations with people and I'm like, wow, I want more of for my life. I want more like in-depth conversations with women. I want to be inspired. I want to have big talks about money and making more money and how to do that. And no one seems to want to chat about that stuff, but there must be more people like me. So then I started Full Potential Club. And my very first event was in person. It was in January. I had just over 20 women show up. A lot of them I knew. Some of them were random acquaintances or like people who were kind of just brought because the person that I knew that was going brought a friend. And so now here we are today. It's October 2025, and I'm just floored by how much more intention and control I feel like I have in my life. And obviously I think on the grand scheme of things, like finding peace and being super content is letting go of control. But in terms of having a 9-to-5 and making income and getting free time and being in control of your schedule, I think that that does wonders for your mental health, because at the end of the day, you start to realize how short life can really be. And if you don't have control over your own schedule and your own time, you don't have much. So looking at the person that I had to become in order to stay consistent and start working for myself and go to the gym as much as I do, which is not that much, but like a few days a week, which is a lot for me, and maintaining healthy relationships and having hard conversations with people that I care about, I have had to show up as my highest self as often as I can. And don't get me wrong, there's still moments where I am not successful in that, I guess. And so in learning to be more disciplined, because again, the person that I was 2023 and maybe a little bit before that was just, eating whatever I wanted, take out all the time, staying up late, watching so much TikTok. I deleted TikTok for a whole year during 2023 or 4, and oh my gosh, life-changing a little bit. because I was doom scrolling so much. Side note, if you're watching these YouTube videos and you see how blurry this gets, that's because I don't know how to work a camera, and it's my Sony, so bear with me. Thanks, guys. Anyways, there is such a big shift when you are doing hard things and making hard choices, whether it's going to the gym, saving your money, trying to eat healthier, trying to go to bed earlier, trying to wake up earlier, trying to get a new job, trying to work for yourself, whatever it is. There is such a powerful transition that happens when you realize that discipline is the greatest form of self-love. And going back to Anna has said this before. She says, like, I stay disciplined because I love myself. My hairdresser, Brooke, shout out her. She reposted something to her story and it stuck with me because I think it said, discipline is the greatest form of self-love. And I had never heard that before. And I was like, wow, that makes so much sense. It's like anything that's worth it and rewarding is something that's going to be hard and something that in the moment you probably aren't going to want to do. But after you do it, you're going to feel so flippin' good and proud of yourself. You'll remember why you did it next time, you know? It'll be worth it. And then one last thing that I've learned on this journey so far, remembering your why and getting super, super clear personally on why something is important to you. And this also just takes me all the way back to a conversation I had with one of my girlfriends named Ashley, who I grew up with, and she is incredibly wise. And Ashley, she was the first person to plant the seed in my brain of remember your why. When it comes to discipline, like, I am giving up A because I truly know and value and deserve B. So I'm giving up my chips and junk food because I truly know and value and deserve to feel good in my body. I'm not saying chips is bad, like, eat your chips, do whatever you want, but just an example, right? And I think it comes with everything. It's like, for me, a lot of the time this year, it's been, I'm giving up my stability of my 9 to 5 in order to have my time freedom and be in control of my schedule, which is so funny because I'm putting in way more hours and energy and work now that I'm on my own, but I think it's so worth it. And I remember that when things get hard. Same with going to the gym. It's like, I gotta remember my why when and look, there's even actually on my fridge, you can see this blue sticky note that says something about I choose nutritious, healthy foods because I love myself or something. And you gotta just put it all over your house. So put it on a sticky note, put it in your car, put it on your mirror, put it by your toothbrush, put it by your nightstand so you see it when you go to bed, see it when you wake up. Anyways, so that is a few things I've learned on discipline, knowing your why, and just trying to live the way you want to live your life. And if this was helpful, you can subscribe. I'll be doing more talks like this. You can follow Full Potential Club YYC on Instagram, or my personal one is Sierra Kennedy Content. And thanks guys for watching. This is maybe there'll be only 2 of you watching, but I'm still appreciative. Okay, bye.